how can you lose when you're doing you?
It's a marathon. You're at 109 right now.
So how has you been in Los Angeles, living in Los Angeles for the last 6 years?
We got here in March 21 of 21.
All right, so 21 is four. Yes, 4 years. We're almost in 2026. Um, what's your take? How do you find California, Los Angeles? You live in Orange County?
Yes. So it's funny. I was actually thinking about this because I actually find it kind of hard to get to Inglewood. That's why I always like give myself a lot of extra time because I know I'm going to get lost at some point. So I left Orange County at 3, and I got here about 4:15. But I had to go down Manchester, and I was just thinking, Los Angeles is the ugliest, most depressing looking city I've ever been to. Like, it's just when I was a little kid in my social studies book, we had this section on a term called visual pollution, and it was just like a bunch of billboards and signs for strip malls and everything. And every time I go through this city, it reminds me of the visual pollution chapter of my studies book. It's like everything is just. I guess where white people live is probably way nicer, but like these old black neighborhoods and these Mexican neighborhoods, and it feels like a chicken should be running across the street or something, and it's just terrible looking. And like Orange County in a way doesn't even look like this. There's no obviously there was no like grand design to the city of Los Angeles. Seems like it's just one mistake after another, block, block, block. Like, okay, so where I'm from in Cleveland, Cleveland is based on the Scottish design. So there's a central area called Public Square, and then all the roads go in avenues and streets, avenues off of streets. So it's very easy to navigate. And I'm not saying like Cleveland looks terrible because of the population decline, the manufacturing leaving the city, and I understand the history of Los Angeles. There is no real manufacturing here, and that's another thing. I drive around the city and I go, why are all these people here with no jobs or barely no jobs? Nothing. It seems like it's just a bunch of people with nothing to do, all crammed into this one city. So, and it's probably, and I guess because I'm in the city and I'm not at the beach, Redondo Beach and Manhattan Beach and all of that, Venice Beach. And, that's probably like the LA that is broadcast to the world, but the actual city, trash.
But those beaches aren't even as beautiful as international beaches in the Philippines and in
Oh, yeah.
Thailand.
Yeah, California beaches. I got to California in March of 21, and me and my estranged wife, we went to the beach, and I got in the water, and I was like, this water is freezing cold. Then I looked it up. The water comes from fucking Alaska. It's not a warm beach. So they're flopping around in this cold water. It's ugly. It's not nice sand. I'm like, even Taiwan has better beaches. Taiwan really only has one beach, but it's better than California. There's nothing. There's nothing good about this place. There's nothing to recommend it. And like politically, I would say I'm left basically.
Left leaning.
So like the politics, I agree with on a certain level, but like everything else about this place is just the worst. I would say this: California has beautiful weather. I can understand why, if that's a consideration for you. I understand like why the movies moved out here in the early 20s and 30s. I understand all of that, and that's a consideration. But like, just the living.
All right, now I'm from Los Angeles, And my whole life, I haven't spent a lot of time in Pasadena. I went to Pasadena because of an Uber passenger had me drop her off. And when I went to Pasadena a few weeks ago, I was wholly impressed with Pasadena. I've heard of Pasadena all my life. There's always a conflict between Northern Californians and Southern Californians. The further north you go, the more trees, the more mountainous, the more, you know, things change. It gets colder. It does get colder. Southern California is more desert, but same thing within Los Angeles. South Los Angeles versus Pasadena is a marked difference. I think you should see Pasadena to get an appreciation for what is there.
It's funny. The only thing that I know about Pasadena is growing up, one of my friends was this guy named Jamal, and his mother is a TV actress named Mother Love. So Jamal came back to Cleveland one time, and he was telling me a story about how they moved to Pasadena from Cleveland. And in the apartment complex that he was in, the private tutor for Steve Urkel, she lived there. So he used to play with Steve Urkel, and he almost broke his arm. That's all I know about the city of Pasadena. I've never been there, but yeah, I mean, like I just where the white people live probably is probably nice and planned and isn't visually assaulting, but this place is garbage.
I saw when I was in Pasadena recently. I saw white people. I saw Asians. I saw Asians there. See, in Los Angeles, where we are, Inglewood, Los Angeles, there are enclaves, there are communities that are densely populated with a particular ethnic group. You got Koreatown. You've got Filipino town, little Bangladesh. You've got different communities. It seemed like from just a cursory, look, it seemed like everybody was everywhere in Pasadena. You could find easily a Thai restaurant near a Japanese restaurant near pizza spot. Um, so I think you need to see Pasadena. The trees were impressed the heck out of me, man. The trees alone, it's mountainous. You're driving up, and yeah, it's beautiful. Pasadena makes me envious for the people who grew up there and to see that. Like, it's different. It really is different from LA. And
Well, what I would say is like your particular neighborhood in LA. I like that. I like that we went to that Pill Hill neighborhood where the doctors all congregated.
Baldwin Hills, Ladera
Yes,
Heights, Black Beverly Hills.
yeah, all of that. So like, yeah, it's enclaves, but I'm like, somebody should really do some urban planning here. Like, plant some trees
Yeah,
and because that's what you notice about the richer neighborhoods too. They all have like
yeah.
trees. And it's funny, I was reading a study about environmental racism, and they were saying like the ghetto is literally hotter because there are no trees. It's all just pavement and heat radiating off of it.
Yeah.
So, but it's funny, like where I'm from in Cleveland, the city of Cleveland actually went to inner city neighborhoods and planted new trees because basically Cleveland is a forest. All of Ohio, they used to say that a squirrel could get in a tree on Lake Erie and go all the way down to the Ohio River and never touch the ground.
Mm.
So basically, the cities are cut into the trees. So Cleveland is like, it's also called the Forest City. That's one of the names for it. But in the inner cities, like all the trees get cut down because, the landlords and the slumlords, they don't want to clean up after these trees. So you get in the suburb, you get these tree-lined streets, and in the hood, Very few trees. From what I remember as a kid, from the time I was born to the time I was in my 20s, I lived in the same house. And I remember when there were trees here. And I remember who cut them down. There were a lot of trees just on our street that people just cut down. Every house had a tree in front of it.
So you think you're going to move to Colombia?
Yeah, man, I'm kind of stressed out in America. So once my divorce and everything gets finalized, I think I'm move down to Colombia for a year. Cause long term, I don't think teaching English is viable. I think like in terms of even an industry, it's not even gonna be a thing in a year or two.
Well, you're not teaching English now,
Yeah, I'm not.
so why'd you bring it up?
If I go to Colombia, that's probably what I'll be doing.
Teaching English.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a job at a school teaching English for like a year. Cause really, I just want to go someplace that's cool. I want a nice apartment or whatever, chill out. I don't mind teaching a couple hours every day.
Now, which city are you going to be living in?
I mean, I've never been to Colombia, so I think what I would do is I would probably spend like the first, I would go over the summer and see which city I like the most. So, you know, they got their four major cities. And from what I hear, the city of Medellin is known for its eternal spring in terms of weather, and Bogota is known for its eternal fall. And I like to kind of get fly, so I would probably go to Bogota so I could put on my sweaters, my suits, my trench coats, and all of that. So I would go down maybe to Bogota, or I hear good things about Cali too, and Cartagena.
So
But so,
those are the four
yeah,
cities.
I would only live in a city. I've done my time in small rural areas. So if I can't get a city, and here that's the thing too. Like if I go down there and it's no job or whatever, I'll just come back here. It's not a big deal.
Wait a minute, because I lived in a small city, but
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
it wasn't rural.
I'm not living in a small city. I want to live in one of the major cities. I,
Why?
because well, ease of transportation for one, amenities for another.
The small city I was in had taxis, had buses to get from anywhere.
I'm trying to live someplace dope. Like you asking me why I don't want to live in a small town while you live in LA. You didn't move to fucking Iowa when you came back here.
Well, my family is here.
Okay, well, even if they weren't, you wouldn't move there.
Even if my family,
If your family was in a small rural American town, would you go live there?
yes, but if there were job opportunities in the big city, then I would consider the big city for that reason.
Well, yeah, I'm not looking to be aggravated. I'm looking to have fun where I am. So I'm not looking to go to a small town and then on the weekends we get on a bus and go to. See, that's the thing too. All these people that work in a small town on a bus, especially the foreigners, they go on the weekends, get on a bus, get on whatever, and go to a regular city. So you even told me a story about leaving that town or whatever. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, on the weekend.
Okay, so on the weekends.
But
Well,
the
why I gotta wait till the weekends to have the fun? When I could just live in the city and do that every night. Whatever you had to leave that small town for, I could just do it every night and be in the city.
all right.
So when I want to kick it, I ain't got to get on a 4 hour bus. I can just go outside and then I can come home in 2 hours.
There's this book I was reading about Colombia, and they said that small town equals small. No, 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 no. Small town equals big hell because there are few people, and everybody knows everybody's business. Everybody's on top of everybody else or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't have that book. I took that book away, but the book was talking about there was a family, small town, and it was a beloved dentist in the community who eventually got murdered. And he and his niece were murdered. They were targeted because they were too successful, and they were being extorted. People would come to their door and say, "Hey, for protection, pay me like 5 grand. I'll protect you." You paid one person off, the next person would come by, "Hey, I'll protect you. Give me 7 grand." And he was just like, "I'm not doing this. This is ridiculous." He was targeted. He had two assassins go to his dentist's office in the morning. The receptionist was like, "Doctor, you have to come to the office. You have patients. It's an emergency. You need help." He goes to help them, and they murdered him and his niece.
He was dumb.
Man.
I mean, if you the only rich dude in town, then you need to spend some money on security. So he should have had a doorman and a driver. Whatever that $7,000 was gonna cost, he should have paid that in for to hire security or get out of that small ass town.
The thing about it is that Colombia is a treacherous place.
Right. So you gotta spend money for your protection.
Like, tre- Colombia is known for like their drive-by murders. Like the best way to get around in Colombia is on motorcycle. It's the easiest, the best way. But then it's also when you realize how many people actually have motorcycles, and as you're driving through the city, people are zipping by you on motorcycles. You realize an assassin could be any one of these people. Just pull up, fire shots into a vehicle, and drive off.
Yeah, but so that's why you gotta pay for bullet resistant glass. You got to get you a driver. You got to take alternate routes. I mean, you got to make your security your business.
And the thing about Colombia is that the average Colombian, although they may be a peaceful people, they had to contend with the wars. You had the drug cartels. You had the guerrilla paramilitary organizations. Then you had, I don't know, who else did you have? You had the actual police who were at war with these groups, these organizations, trying to quell the drug trafficking and the violence. But then there was plenty of violence because of the wars,
My,
and the average Colombian was caught in between
I
all
don't
of
care
this.
about the broke ones. What I'm saying is, if you are Colombians, there are rich and powerful Colombians, and they know how to organize themselves in a way that they can move around in their society. And either you can or you won't organize yourself in that way. Because I know they got compounds down there, and I know they got drivers and all of that. So you just got to do what you got to do to stay safe. Now, if I'm a dentist, what I would do is, I got money or whatever. I would build like a 5-story building, and me and my family would live at the top, and at the bottom would be the reception area. The reception area is behind bulletproof glass, and it's a door you got to be buzzed in. You go past the reception area, you go up to the first landing or whatever. You check by security, and then you actually checked into the dental, and you pay your money. You pay your money right then. I'm not coming downstairs until the fucking money's paid. So then on the third or fourth floor, you have your offices, your X-rays, your surgical suites, and now you're not going back and forth. Now maybe the only car that leaves your house is the armored car that takes your kids straight to the school. But the doctor, the rich man, like we want to do extortion. You don't even get to talk to me. You got to pay $500 in dental fees just to even have a conversation because I don't really leave the house. And when I do leave the house, I'm in a plated van or whatever, and we going to a nice restaurant in a nice side of town.
It sounds like you're imagining the life of a Pablo Escobar dentist.
It's not a problem. It's rudimentary precautions. And those people don't make anything, so I know I could hire a driver. My only thing would be, will my driver kidnap my kid?
All right, so Colombia is a Spanish-speaking country.
Yes.
How are you going to navigate that with without Spanish?
You talking about me personally or just in hypothetically?
You personally. ¿Hablas español?
Google Translate, Ray-Ban Meta glasses.
¿De dónde eres?
Where am I? Where am I? Is that what you're asking me?
¿De dónde eres?
Where are you?
No.
What is it?
¿De dónde eres?
Okay, what is it?
Where are you from?
Okay. Are you a pretty bitch? Like, if you're not like, if you're not, you ain't got some pussy to offer, I'm not having this conversation. No way.
If you're in the taxi, you just might be asked.
Where am I from?
Yeah.
Why do I turn around and fucking drive? Why the fuck would I be talking to some dude? I took an Uber 2 weeks ago. I didn't say a word to him. I told like the Uber told him where to go and he took me there. And that was the end of it. Yeah. Where are you from? Yeah. I don't need to have small talk. Even if I were to work down there, which I might not even do that. I might just hang out. But let's say I was to work. Me and my job, we'll have our discussions or whatever about the money, and then I'll go teach the class. And that's it. I need to go find. I need to get a room, right? If I can't find a realtor that speaks English, I'll hire an assistant.
All right, so you
I'll hire a college girl who's majoring in English for $150 for the month.
so you are in Colombia now, and like, what are you gonna eat?
I cook most of my meals.
Oh, you gonna cook. So that means you need to go to the market. You need to go to the market to get your ingredients, right?
Okay.
I've heard that the markets are run by
Cartel.
cartels, gangsters at the markets.
I mean, I'm not going to Rosario's vegetable stall. I'm going to whatever their equivalent of Walmart is, where the prices are clearly marked, and I will pull things and put them in my cart, and then I will pay with a debit card or a credit card.
Yeah, when I was in Medellin, I went to the market once. Yeah, no, I always went to the markets in Medellin. Great experiences. They had a big market, great selection. The smaller town that I went to recently, Chinchina, and I went to their market. Their produce and their selection was horrible. The one that one market that I went to, it was bad. All I got was were mangoes. That was like the best thing that I could get. I couldn't touch the apples. Couldn't touch papayas. I mean, I'm not a papaya. I don't normally eat papayas. Um, there was another market. I just gave up as far as cooking, goes. I did prepare some meals, but they were really like rudimentary, wasn't elaborate at all. There was another guy in the same house, and he was making more elaborate meals and stuff like that. I think he made like a Mediterranean salad, and he had the budget, and he was able to get the ingredient. I don't know where he was shopping, but I left it up to I'm just gonna eat out. So the best meals I had in that little town were eating out.
Yeah, cause like all I want is I'll buy a rice cooker for $25 or whatever. A bag of rice, some onions, some peppers, some mushrooms, and some chicken, some fish, and some steak. That's like 90% of my meals, right? And a dozen eggs. So that's like 95% of what I was gonna eat anyway. And it all over the world.
Yeah.
And if I go there and I don't like it, I'll just leave. It's not a big deal. That's the
What is there
what's the
not?
point of being in passport, bro? If you're gonna go someplace else to be hassled?
What is there not to like? What is there not to enjoy?
I don't know. I ain't been there yet. It might be a piece of shit. They're shittier. I mean, some countries are shitty, and some countries don't vibe with certain personality types. Like I like Japan and I hated Korea. I give Taiwan overall, because I lived there the longest in my life. I would give Taiwan a 9 out of 10. And I don't really. It's funny. My Mandarin is now truly gone, but even when I was there, it was like it was. I wouldn't even say it was like first grade. It was like a 3-year-old's
Can you count
Mandarin.
to 10?
Not anymore. But neither can my kids. My kids were fluent up until we moved here.
You can't count to 10
In Chinese,
in
not anymore.
Mandarin.
Not anymore.
I'm sure you can remember.
I mean, like if I like tried really, really hard, I might be able to get through it. But I don't really care to try.
E, R, San, S.
I used to be able to do it in a bunch of languages I can't remember anymore. Arabic.
E, R, San, S. Liu, Jiu, Shi, Ba. I don't know.
Yeah, that might be correct. I'm looking at these apartments
It's not correct because
for rent in Cali, Colombia. They got some nice ones for like 245.
what?
Apartments for rent in Cali, Colombia, $245.
Oh, okay.
So like I might go over there and do all the paperwork and then get an apartment or whatever. Cause over there they not furnished too. So
Okay, now Cali, Colombia, Buenaventura. Uh, they're the like most murderous cities in the country.
oh yeah,
Yeah, check out. Look at a quick Google search of most dangerous. Pereira. Pereira was on the list. Pereira, Cali, Buenaventura. Those are three of many. I think Medellin is up there probably too.
I'm sure every place is murderous in Colombia.
But Cali is something different. Cali, but the beautiful thing about Cali, you can see
It
black
says
Afro Colombianos.
yeah, I don't care about that. Cali, Buenaventura, Cucuta, Santa Maria are often cited as the most dangerous, but Medellin and Bogota also. I look at it like this: New York City and LA are dangerous if you broke, but I'm not going around poor people.
No, the brother. You heard the story about the brother who came with some money.
Yeah, but he was like messing with prostitutes and they scoped him.
You don't want to be around Afro Colombianos. You don't want to see black people like who look like yourself and beautiful like doctors.
I'm a foundational black American. I don't give a shit about the diaspora. We've had this discussion many times. I don't give a smooth fuck about other Africans.
Man, you that whole mentality is
It's beautiful.
ridiculous. Man, if
Beautiful.
you go to Cali and you start seeing black people working in the
What do I
places,
care? It's black people working here.
man, when you the
You
average
grew up in an upper middle class black neighborhood, so you've seen a black doctor before.
no the average if you go into a restaurant nowadays, you're gonna see Hispanic, a Latino.
So
What don't you want to go into a restaurant and see black people working in Colombia of
I,
all places?
I can go to Atlanta.
Yeah, you could go to Atlanta. Yeah.
I can go to Lamert Park.
Well, when I was in Colombia, to see black people walking around in Cali, Colombia, that was something cool.
I don't know why it was cool for you. But I mean, if that's what you care about, that's what you care about. I care about having fun
It's
and
like being in Atlanta, but
and
you're in
vacation.
Colombia.
Vacation, that's it. I
I
would go to Guyana. I want to see Guyana. I want to go to the DR. I want to go over to Tasmania.
What?
Not Tasmania. What was that? What's that country in Zanzibar in Africa? Tanzania is what I was trying to say.
Tasmania.
That's where Mike and what's his name went. I should have went when they went. They had a ball.
Tanzania, yeah. And O'Neal is doing fine.
He's still alive?
Yeah.
That dude about 1,000. What's her name died?
Asada.
Yeah, she died.
But
The FBI was like, "You black people should be." I'm like, "Fuck you."
what?
The FBI was saying that black people shouldn't be celebrating the life of Sada Shakur.
Oh,
Like, she ain't did nothing to us. Y'all had the problem with her.
yeah.
We like a shot Asada. I'm glad I was kind of glad she died because, like the FBI might have been able to put the pressure on the Cubans to send her back. Not, I mean, they never did, but you never know. Regimes change, but she got to die free, so.
I read about Eldridge Cleaver's time in Cuba. I read. Let's talk about Eldridge Cleaver. So, man, Eldridge Cleaver. All right, here's the story for you. Right here in Los Angeles, at a local gas station, a guy pulled up to get his gas, and a homeless man, apparently homeless, accosted him, asking him for some spare change and to pump his gas. Uh, During the interaction, the guy revealed that he had once hijacked a plane, that he was a Black Panther, and he hijacked the plane and went to Cuba. And I think it's the same guy who said that he watched Eldridge Cleaver kill a man because Eldridge had discovered that that man had slept with his wife Kathleen, and
Kathleen was a bad light skin back in the day, so I kind of understand why he did that.
but Eldridge wasn't faithful to Kathleen.
That's irrelevant. You talking crazy.
Eldridge was unfaithful to his wife, and he discovered his wife slept with another man, and he killed the guy.
Yeah,
Eldridge
I
was
don't really.
alive.
I've never read Soul on Ice, so I can't really speak to anything. He became a conservative later on, so I don't have no respect for that.
He became everything. You name it, he was it. He was a Muslim. He was a born again Christian. He was a Mormon. He ran for president. Uh, he was a Republican. He was a Black Panther. He was a admitted rapist. He was a felon. He was later in life. They said that he had become a homosexual
Damn.
out in the streets. He was, and but he made his he was a fashion designer. He made his penis jeans.
So you got some of those?
No, in France, he made pants, and then he made a pocket for the penis to protrude, so that you wear your shit out.
I mean, that's something you be into.
Oh man, so that's Eldridge, man. He did all of this stuff, man. Fugitive, prisoner, free man, whatever.
I feel like back in the day, you could do stuff like that because law enforcement wasn't that sophisticated. But I feel like nowadays they just pick you up and throw you in prison. You mess around.
How can you lose when you're doing you?
It's a marathon. You're at 109 right now.
October 9th. That's where it starts.
You see, it's the same old thing.